Did you know that almost everything wireless, from radios and Wi-Fi to satellites and microwaves, operates within the radio spectrum? The radio spectrum is the full range of frequencies that radio signals can use. It starts at 20 kilohertz and stretches all the way up to hundreds of gigahertz. That's 1,000 million billion zillion times higher in frequency. Within this spectrum, different sections called bands are assigned for specific purposes. For example, AM radio stations broadcast between 550 kilohertz and 1,700 kilohertz. FM radio operates in the 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz range. But what makes a signal radio frequency, RF, and not just a regular sound wave? If a signal is below 20 kilohertz, it produces sound waves that humans can hear, so we call it an audio frequency, AF signal. Once we go above 20 kilohertz, it becomes a radio frequency, RF signal, meaning it can travel through space as an electromagnetic wave. And if we go even higher, above 1 gigahertz, we enter the microwave range. This is where things get interesting. You interact with different parts of the radio spectrum every day without even realizing it. Microwave ovens? They use 2.4 gigahertz to heat your food. Wi-Fi? That's 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Your GPS? Radar systems? Satellite communications? They work across various gigahertz frequencies. And let's not forget other essential uses. HF, or high frequency. Radio covers 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz for global broadcasts. VHF, or very high frequency, which is 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz, is used for FM radio, TV broadcasts, and aviation. UHF, or ultra-high frequency, between 300 megahertz and 3 gigahertz, powers cell phones, GPS, and Wi-Fi. And once we go above 1 gigahertz, we enter the world of satellites, radar, and advanced communications. Hams primarily use frequencies from MF, medium frequency, through UHF, but they also have 2 bands in the LF, low frequency region. These bands allow amateur radio operators to communicate across vast distances, experiment with different modes of transmission, and even assist in emergency communication. So, next time you tune into the radio, connect to Wi-Fi, or even heat up food in your microwave, just remember, you're using a small part of the massive radio spectrum. And if you're interested in learning more about amateur radio, military communications, or the technology behind wireless systems, stick around. There's plenty more to explore.